So hey there guys, it's me, Faith and Moliminous, and I know this isn't necessarily a normal theory video, but it is kind of something that is in the realm. I'm actually working on it, and I don't know, I just wanted to get something out a little bit sooner because this one might not be coming out this week. Anyways, I know KP has also answered this question, that question being, will Sunset Shimmer ever return to Equestria? I have never actually watched her videos, except for the one that she totally fucking stole from me. No, it was a generic kind of theme about why we love background ponies, and if you even stop and think about it for half a second, you probably would have jumped to the same conclusions. Maybe you wouldn't have used some of my lines word for word, but you know, whatever. Anyways guys, if you don't know, there was deleted scenes of Friendship Games, and I know a lot of you guys don't like Friendship Games. Personally, I love the EQG series in general. Now I will admit, Friendship Games, horrible movie compared to the other ones, especially soundtrack wise if you're gonna compare Rainbow Rocks and Friendship Games. But there was a deleted scenes in which Sunset was struggling with like her identity, where she belongs, different things like that. Does she belong here? Should she go back to Equestria? Etc, etc. Now, there's a few things that immediately jump to the mind is, one, why hasn't Twilight ever offered to take her back to Equestria? Alright, so first of all, Sunset was defeated in the first movie, but instead of taking her back to help her, she left her in the hands of 5 strangers in a world that she doesn't know without her magic. I mean, there was no questions of how she would survive, or would she still be able to maintain being adapted, like what would happen to her. Twilight just straight up leaves her, but you know, Starlight Glimmer, who almost causes the end of the universe and all of time and space and whatever, gets invited to be her personal pupil. So we already see that there's some discrepancies in how she actually handles the situation. And not only that, why wouldn't Celestia want to see her old student again? Celestia is always depicted as being the mother figure, so you would think a mother would want to see her child. So why didn't Celestia ever reach out to get Sunset? Is it because Sunset technically would have to face crimes for stealing the crown and, you know, pretty much committing treason against the throne? Or is there something else here that we're not really seeing? Now, we also have to remember that this is a kids show, and while we like to get deep and Games of Thrones with it, it's got like a Y7 rating. And most likely, all these cryptic theories about like Sunset actually having to face punishment and things like that probably would never happen. Now, the common fan theory, and I guess it's more of an 80-20% split. 80% of the fandom kind of sees Celestia as being her adoptive mother who never actually fully adopted her, hence why she got more upset when Cadence came in, etc. because Cadence was adopted into the family and was also an alicorn. And she felt that being an alicorn would be some sort of pathway to actually becoming Celestia's daughter. So, you might be saying, oh, well, what about her parents? Why does she want to see her parents? Well, despite the time difference, which is really, we're not sure about that. There does seem to be a huge gap of time missing there. So we don't know if her parents were alive even when she was there, and we definitely don't know if they're still alive now, because the time gap is immense. That is completely true. Almost like 15 years in some cases, you could say. So there's tons of reasons why we would think that she would go back, as we said. The whole Celestia thing, being with her people, the ability to use magic, her talent, and the fact that magic is also there because of her. And if she did go back, as she was singing about in Friendship Games, she would most likely take magic with her. Then again, she might actually also leave that world vulnerable to magical attacks. As we saw, the Dazzlings were already in that world, so magic has always been in the world for a very long time. It's simply Sunset Shimmer seems to be agitating the magical flow of things. So let's say this, if Sunset Shimmer was to leave, who would protect them? Because again, it takes all the elements together, or these pseudo elements together, in order to actually use their powers. At least to the full effectiveness of them. As we've seen, they can rainbow or pony up without everyone there. So while not a 100% concrete theory, and it kind of ignores at least the first movie, it seems like Sunset Shimmer is there to protect that world. It seems like she's reached some sort of alicorn status, but of Earth. I know, it's kind of a cop-out answer to say that, oh, well, she's just there to protect them when they have a portal that they can come through at any time, and I guess technically they could even leave the book with the students there. So will Sunset Shimmer ever actually come back to Equestria? Maybe, but probably not to stay. There doesn't seem to be much there for her. Anyways, it's just a thought, and a theory, and the story you never knew. If you guys enjoy videos like this, be sure to sponsor us on Patreon. We have tiers from $5 to $50, and I think we finally locked down the t-shirt thing, and it's TeePublic. I'm not sure why I never thought of using TeePublic, but they seem to be a-okay with our designs. So, if you guys do a tier from $5 to $50, then you know what? You win yourself a free shirt, or a chance to get a free shirt. Be sure to read all the tier perks. If you choose the $50 one, you do get a free shirt. So there's that. Anyways guys, I've been Faith and Moliminous, and if we could reach 500 likes on this video, that would be amazing. Let's do 500 just for this one. It's a smaller one. So yeah, peace the limb out guys.